You're standing in front of a door with a small plaque that reads, Dr. Charles Whitmore, Internal Medicine. The old building sits in a quiet medical district on the outskirts of Seattle, where the drizzle never seems to stop. You're not sure why you're feeling nervous. It's just a routine checkup, isn't it? But the moment you open the door, you know something feels off. The room is so silent you could hear a pin drop. No receptionist. No hum of printers. Not even the familiar scent of antiseptic. Just one tall, silver-haired man standing by the window, Dr. Charles Whitmore. He doesn't turn to look at you as you step in. He just speaks, slowly. Ms. Nora Ellis, please take a seat. You walk in slowly, your eyes scanning the filing shelves, the old teapot set, and the framed photo of him with a group of medical students from years ago. He looks older than the last time you saw him, but his gaze remains sharp and distant. I just received your test results, he says, and I need you to promise me one thing. You swallow hard, not out of fear, but because your heart is pounding abnormally fast. Don't tell anyone about today's visit, not even your husband. You are Nora, 43 years old, a librarian at the local high school. Your husband, Daniel, is a civil engineer. Life is steady, quiet, almost perfect. Nothing to question, or so you thought, until the fatigue crept in. Then the random dizzy spells, and the nightmare that has haunted you for the past 3 weeks. Standing alone in a deserted hospital room, blood flowing from a shapeless wound. You went in for a checkup. Nothing serious. Just blood work, a quick endoscopy. Things people your age are supposed to do. But Dr. Whitmore's warning keeps playing in your head like a distorted, wordless tune. Don't tell anyone. You try to go back to normal life. Making coffee for Daniel. Reading with your 10th graders. Jogging in the park. But then you start noticing odd things. 3 missed calls in your phone log from an unknown number. Each one at 2 a.m. A thin piece of paper silently slips out of your coat pocket as you pull out your phone. A single handwritten line. You're not the only one. You return to the clinic 3 days later. This time, the door is locked. Dr. Whitmore's nameplate is gone. The receptionist next door says, Dr. Whitmore? He retired. Out of nowhere. No one saw it coming. You don't believe it. This man worked here for 30 years. No farewell email. No notice from the office? You check the clinic's records. Nothing. His name has been removed from the medical website. His personal email, no reply. That's when you begin searching. Online. In public databases. In Facebook groups for former patients. And you find the first one. Lena McAllister, 51. She saw Dr. Whitmore last month. She replies with just one message. If you received the handwritten note, then you're already deeper in than you think. After Lena's message, the line between reality and illusion begins to blur. On Wednesday morning, just as you're about to leave for work, you find a yellow envelope tucked beneath the doormat. No sender. No stamp. Nothing at all. Inside is a scanned ultrasound image. No patient name. No date. Only a handwritten note. They won't let you remember. A chill runs down your spine. You don't understand. No one knows you went for a checkup. Not even Daniel. So who sent this? And why would they say they won't let you remember? You try to look up the record number printed on the image. No results. You go to the hospital records department. They confirm that room 104B has never existed, and that no one named Charles Whitmore has ever practiced there. Your memories begin to feel scrambled. Things you were sure you saw, heard, start to fade, and the nightmare returns. That night, in your dream, you are tied to a hospital bed. The ceiling is lined with flickering fluorescent lights. A shadowy figure approaches, blood-stained lab coat. It's Dr. Whitmore. He holds a syringe and says, "This is the final dose. After this, you won't remember a thing." You scream so loudly in your sleep that Daniel has to shake you awake. "What were you dreaming about?" he asks. You try to explain, but your throat tightens. A part of you still hears the voice whispering, "Don't tell anyone." The next morning, you try something. You start a journal, write down everything. The checkup, the dream, the envelope, every detail. Then you hide the notebook in an old box in the basement. You just want to see. If you forget, at least there will be proof. You contact Lena. The two of you meet at a small cafe near Lake Rainier. "I saw him," Lena says. "He told me I had abnormal cells. But afterward, I couldn't remember what treatment he suggested." "Do you have nightmares?" you ask. "Yes," Lena replies, eyes fixed on her coffee. "In the dream, I'm being watched. But it's not by the doctor. It's a woman." That's when something starts to take shape in your mind. This isn't a medical mishap. Something bigger, more sophisticated, is happening. You recall all those times you signed up for online health services, the endless terms and conditions you never read, the biometric scans your old company required years ago. Could someone be tracking people like you, middle-aged, female, healthy, for a purpose you can't yet name? You go back to the basement to find your journal. It's no longer there. You start noticing her. A woman in a red coat standing near the bus stop 2 blocks from your house. She never boards a bus, just stands there, looking at her phone. Sometimes, she glances in your direction. At first, you think it's coincidence, but then she appears outside the school library where you work. Then again, near your favorite cafe. You know this is no longer random. You try to take a photo, but as you lift your phone, it powers off and won't turn back on. You go home and search on your laptop. Woman in red coat, Seattle. And you find an old news article from 1998. Nurse disappears after whistleblowing on unauthorized experiments. The woman in the photo is the same woman you saw. You drive to the northern part of the city, the location mentioned in the article, an old hospital, shut down more than 20 years ago due to lack of maintenance funding. But locals still whisper that sometimes, lights can be seen flickering in the upper floors. The building rises in the distance like a silent, dust-covered monolith. Dark brick walls streaked with moss. Windows shattered or boarded up with weather-worn plywood. You're not exactly sure why you've come here. But deep down, you know, all your questions lead back to this place. The main door is tightly locked, but you spot a gap on the side where one of the boards has shifted. You crouch down and squeeze through. Inside, it's pitch black. The air smells of mold, antiseptic, and something metallic and old. You switch on your flashlight. The floor is streaked with muddy footprints, as if someone still walks these halls. You follow them, and they lead you to a rusted iron door. Room 104B. Your hand trembles as you touch the door handle. It opens, and what you see inside is exactly as it was that first day. The examination bed with restraint straps. A heart rate monitor, powered off. A shattered medicine vial on the floor. And on the back wall, a row of MRI scans. Each one shows a different woman. One of them is you. In the corner of the room, a surveillance camera blinks red. You remove your mask, look straight into the lens. "I remember," you say, "and I won't stay silent." A small beep sounds behind you. You turn. The woman in the red coat is standing at the door. She walks in silently and opens a leather briefcase. Inside is a letter and a folder. You take them, but she holds your hand for a moment, speaking slowly. They didn't want you to remember, but now no one can stop it anymore. You open the letter. "We are the survivors. We were once patients of the NeuroTrace program. They tested memory control through frequencies and chemicals. Many never woke up. Others, like you, were released, but had their memories erased. We're piecing the clues back together. If you're reading this, it means you've awakened. Don't trust anyone, not even the doctor, especially the doctor. You don't remember how you left that building, only that by the time you got home, it was nearly dawn. Daniel was still asleep, but in his hands was the notebook you had hidden. You opened it. It was empty, every page blank.